We know that everybody is following the news and there are a lot of things going and a lot of pressure on the housing market in today's market. So, well, I would love that Martin to join me here, but it seems that he is gonna stay out of the meeting for a few seconds. Okay, let's start. First thing that we address every week, market by the numbers. We were talking about a few weeks ago that the market peaked and usually start decreasing little by little, but now we're in a plateau. We noticed the last few weeks that the number of homes, in fact, the last week we have more homes on the market, added on the market, that decreased. So that is noticeable, and I think is due to the high interest rates. Even though we have a supply issue, that it's a very low supply, we also now have a very low demand. I may address something that I'm gonna say in a minute again. Unfortunately or not, this week we hit the 7% interest rate. So that's why we're seeing more homes staying a little bit on the market. It's hard to digest what is happening in the housing market. So for Orange County, we have 3,600 homes on the market. So there are 42 more homes on the market than the previous week. Overall, there are cities that they have added a few homes like Irvine, Tustin, Huntington Beach, Placenta. However, there are other homes that are remaining very stable, like Anaheim Hills, Coro de Casa, Laguna Hills, Laguna Niguel, Newport Beach, and Mission Viejo. And other cities, on the contrary, have already decreased their inventory, like Anaheim, Lake Forest, North Tustin, Orange, and the city of Yorba Linda. Last week, the city of Yorba Linda added a few homes. We thought that something was awkward, that was the only city in the high range that it was adding homes. Now moving to Orange County, to Riverside County, also added a few homes. There are about 6,200 homes on the market right now. It's a very big county, so keep that in mind. For the city of Riverside, there are 491 homes, and for the city of Corona, 326 homes on the market. San Bernardino County also added homes on the market. There are about 5,300. And the city of Los Angeles lost 23 homes on the market, another big county. I think all these counties, the smaller one is Orange County. So we are noticing, and we will not surprise if more homes stay on the market low for longer time. The days on the market have increased. We came for a very short, like we sell it in one day, no open house needed, to now average in Orange County about 50 days, and for Riverside County, 80 days on the market. It's that for every house. No, there are homes that are still selling very fast. It depends on the pricing, the location, the condition. Pricing is more important than ever. And the condition and the presentation is critical. I am the nerd of the team, so I the one most likely sitting in the computer looking at homes on the MLS, and I can tell you there are a lot of homes that they are not staged, or if they are not staged, they don't even take the time to clean the countertops in the kitchen, in the bathrooms. The houses have to be houses, condos, townhouses have to be presentable. In this market, we're in a very competitive market. So if you want to bring the attention to the buyer, you have to do it first on the internet, where gas prices are expensive. So they're not going to take the time to drive by or to go to the open house or to make an appointment if they don't see something nice on the internet. So take the time to make your home presentable. I'm still seeing red rooms, purple rooms, blue rooms. It's not that there are nothing wrong with personalization, but when we're talking about selling, neutral is your best friend. And especially when I see homes that one room is orange, the other one is red, the other one is purple, the other one is blue. So the buyer that now in today's market have to put the most amount of money to try to make the payment more affordable, they don't have the extra back to go and get the paint, get a painter, do all those projects. So do your projects ahead of time. So make your home appealing, attracting. Your agent must hire a professional photographer. This is not the time that we go with a phone and make pictures. No, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So that is the overall situation on the market by the numbers. But moving to the interest rates, what a week. We are not much surprised because after the Fed last week stated that they want to make homes more affordable, and they try to use their tools and their pressure to make it affordable. Like, it's gonna be interesting, a very interesting market. The rates went above 7% for the first time on Tuesday. So they are a little better today. According to Freddie Mac, 6.8, according to, that's the average. And then, but you compare, it's a shock, right? 6.8 today, and then we go to beginning of the year, 3.25, and by March was 3.85. How we got? In June, everybody got scared with the 6%. Then it went down a little bit and stayed in the 5. Everybody was hoping that they will stabilize at 5%. And now we are close to 7%. One of the lenders give us some numbers for the 30-year fixed rate today for average FICO scores, average good, I would say, slightly below 6.875. Jumbo loans are better, 6.625, and last week were even better. So that's why I think we saw the movement activity and the activity in cities where the prices are higher. For BA and FHA are at 6%. So, Martin, do you want to add anything about interest rates and affordability?
Well, the only thing I could add, hey everyone, just my 2 cents on it is Chairman Powell from the Fed definitely wants to make things affordable and make it easier to cool down the economy and make it easier on anyone and maintain that inflation down. So what I could tell you is that in March we had an interest rate of 3.25, which, let's say, for example, we had a $2,800 payment for whatever the purchase price was at $325. Today, that payment will jump to $4,500. So it went from $2,800 to $4,500 for the same loan. What does that do? Well, for those of you that can join us and purchase a home and can move forward, that's great. However, for those that are renting, here's the challenge. Powell wants to make things affordable. That is why you're seeing the rents increase significantly as well. I mean, if I have a home that is fully paid for and I was getting $2,800, it's the payment, now it's $4,500. Now you understand why some of the landlords are better off getting new tenants and charging more for their home, because the affordability is going up and they have to accommodate, or they see an opportunity that people can they can buy a house at $4,500 a month, but they could definitely pay $3,500, $3,800. So they see an opportunity of increasing the rent significantly. Now that the COVID moratoriums are expiring or have expired, depending on which county you're in, there is a lot of advantages being taken by homeowners. So don't count your blessings too much if you're renting. The rent increases are coming, and from what I see, the interest rate adjustments, they're going to be significant. Anything else, Laura?
Yes, and remember, in California, we have rent control, but the rent control, except that for particular cities like Santa Ana, Santa Monica, San Francisco, and LA, I forgot LA, city of LA, except that the rent control applies to duplexes that they are fully rented, so owner occupied, multifamily homes, buildings. So those are under rent control. The city of Santa Ana has a different, the exception is for a certain age, and no condos, no single family homes, but they are going to still apply the CPI. So they are going to be with the inflation higher, so we can expect that is going to be above 10%. The rent increase. So for some people who have not increased their rents for years, some landlords, now this year they are going to start doing it. And if you own a multifamily property who have not increased your rents for years, shame on you. Sorry. But shame on you, because it's now you are tied and you cannot do much. And when we are talking about the pressure from the Fed and that is going to be pressure on the multifamily homes too, as well. When you see that they were trying to sell $1.5 million fourplex in Anaheim, to give you an example, with a $4,000 rent. You know, it's impossible. It was difficult when the rates were at 4%. Imagine a rent for investor over 7%. It's not feasible that they can do that. So the prices in multifamily homes may get adjusted. So, but that's what I had to add about that. We're going to move to the town of the week. We're going to talk about the beautiful and charming city of Orange. We talked a little bit about last week, but I was by myself. This week Martin is here, so he's going to help me out because there's so much to say about this charming city. It's Central Orange County. You don't know Orange County very much, but it's centrally located, surrounded for other beautiful cities. There are hills part, there are flat parts. It's beautiful, but there is a lot of history about it. So let me introduce Martin to talk about the city of Orange.
Hello, everyone, back again. So those of you who are familiar with Orange, great. Those of you who are not familiar, Orange, the city, is off of south of Anaheim, south of Placentia, and south of Anaheim Hills. It is next to, the other one would be, Orange Park Acres is not part of Orange, by the way. It's also on the south, and on the west side you have Garden Grove, Santa Ana, and down in the south you have Tustin as well. So that's just kind of the geography of where it is. As far as when it was incorporated, it was actually subdivision. It started somewhere around 1869. However, it did not become an unincorporated city until 1888. So the most of the homes you have that were built between somewhat on the 40s and up to the 60s and 70s, there was a big development, and then 80s onward, there is some development. There is still some newer homes around the area that is going to come over by Jamboree area. There's talk about some new homes being there, but you got some newer homes up there as well. So that's just a general idea. You have the Victorian homes downtown Orange County. Orange is around the circle. You have some really nice homes. You have some craftsman homes. You got some Ackler homes. And the Ackler homes was a developer that is really sought after right now around the areas of Fairhaven, Fair Hills, and Fair Meadows. Those are the tracks where some of these acre homes that are historical. When you go out to those areas, they're beautiful homes and they've really been maintained nicely. Let's see. The other thing that I could tell you about Orange is that it's got the Orange Unified School District. You got several medical facilities. You got Shock. You have St. Jude. You have UCI Hospital. Places for higher education. You have Chapman University. You have Rancho Santiago, JC. Let's see, the places to visit is the Old Town Circle, and you also have the Villages of Orange. The opportunities there, there are several opportunities. If you work in LA, it's nicely located. If you work down in the Irvine, Newport area, just come straight down to 55, or there are several side streets you could come in. If you work down over by the Spectrum or South County, it's also very nicely located. They do not have a track, but in Fullerton and in Santa Ana, if you work any place, there is a place where you could get the Metrolink. So it's nicely located for that. Let's see, what else can we add about it? The homes there and the communities are quite diverse. If you go over downtown by Chapman, it's a different community. It's a nice college town and it has a nice feel. If you go up towards some of the on the hills off of Chapman, as you go up, you got some houses that you could literally see down to the ocean and actually the Catalina on a clear day. And so you have some nice views. You have some hill homes. You have some flat homes. The affordability for homes in Orange is quite reasonable. You have different communities for a different taste. What is, as I said, if you like the Victorian homes, the Craftsman, or even the more modern homes. It's a great location. We've sold throughout the old and the new parts of town, and all of our clients love the location a lot. So it all depends on what you're looking for. Just wanted to highlight that city for everyone. Laura, do you have anything to add? I know that she really likes the Ackler homes.
Yes, I really love them. If you haven't been there or around those tracks out of Fairhaven or in close to Fair Hills, you have to go, because they're gonna hate me now, but it's beautiful. Not every home is as maintained, and I think it depends, because sometimes people bought it 30 years ago now and in a fixed income and they don't have the money. But there are a few acres homes right now on the market, and the average price is about 1.7. They are beautiful. If you are not familiar, it's mid-century modern. As Martin said, Joseph Gaekler was a developer. He came from San Francisco, and in San Francisco they built, and in San Francisco they're more expensive, so you get a deal here in Orange County. In San Francisco, the average price is about 2.4 for an Ackler home. His goal as a developer was making home affordable. Talking about affordability, it's no longer affordable at this time. He wanted to make homes affordable for the middle class. It's a different type of construction. If you like architecture, you can look into that. It's post and beam. They have an atrium. It is a very well thought floor plan, and so if you are interested in architecture, I would say look into it. If you see an open house for an Ackler home, go and see it. They are usually beautiful if it has been upgraded properly. Not all the homes in 2018, the city of Orange include these 3 tracks as part of the historic preservation, but not all the homes, most of them are included in the list. Why not? Because some homes have been remodeled, roof have been changed, or they have added the second story. So when they have altered the original plan or vision of the developer, in this case, then they were taken off the list. But it's a beautiful. But there is a little for everything. That's why I say the city of Orange is very rich in architecture and in history. So there is still Victorian homes, there are craftsman homes, some Spanish homes around the old town Orange, around the circle. So it's a pleasure. And then you have the acres home, then you have the typical ranch homes of that era, and you have your newer developments in Serrano Hills. You also have River Bend, that it was the most recent development in the city of Orange. So there is something for everyone. There are a few schools that are very sought after, especially the ones that they attend to Bill Upper High School and Canyon High, that they're part of the near Anaheim Hills, Canyon High. Then they're very sought after. But I think that's round up, and moving to we included.
Let me just add one thing for Laura, since she likes facts and she likes notes. Just a quick factoid is that you know that even though it's the city of Orange, it's not the county seat. The county seat is Santa Ana. Yeah. There's been movement to change the county seat to Orange, so it's a good contender. The last one that she likes to, and she mentioned to you guys last week, is that you know that Alfred Chapman and Andrew Glassell, those two streets, Chapman goes east-west, Glassell goes north-south. You know those two streets? Well, those two streets are named after the founders of Orange, who, by the way, were attorneys who got their attorney's fees by the owner of the Rancho Santa Ana. They paid their attorney fees with a plot of land, which today is Orange. Just a quick factoid for everyone.
Yes, that is very interesting. So that's why city of Orange is full of history. So now for today, I selected 3 cities as always: Lake Forest, South County, Orange, Central County, Corona, Inland Empire, to compare what you can get for $1 million. Yeah, I put $1 million and it's still hard to find. Are the prices gonna come down with the pressure? We don't know. And it's gonna be hard for the prices to take a dip, because we have a main issue, that is the low supply. Sellers, homeowners who are sitting in a 3%, 3.5% rate, even a 4% today, even 5% sounds good to me. They are not motivated to move. So there are still people, there's going to be activity. Yes, always there is activities. There are people relocating, people getting divorces, people dying, so different downsizing, upsizing. So there is always activity. So, but doesn't mean that the market is going to say, hey, I'm going to sell it because I'm going to move there. Unless if you are downsizing and you don't need a loan, or upsizing and you don't need a loan, then there is no difference, because there is still a lot of clients that there are buyers sitting in a pot of cash right now, and they are not doing anything. They haven't done anything because they were waiting to market to crash. We're not seeing that. We're seeing the adjustment, but on the demand, that the demand is low due to the high interest rates, but we're not seeing the prices in a big dive because of the limited number of supply of homes in the market. It's usually going down at this time of the year, but we don't expect that it's gonna go crazy at the beginning of next year, like it was at the beginning of this year. The buyers were crazy buying homes, but sellers were not motivated to put so many homes on the market. So then the multiple offers. So what you can get in $1 million in Lake Forest. In Lake Forest, for about $990, you can get a detached home, 2-car garage, about 2,000 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, 5,000 square feet, lot about 5,000 square feet. I said that built in 1977. So we know HOA. So that's kind of a good deal, right? You move to our beloved city of Orange, and in a newer community built in 2018, you can get a detached condo with in a small lot, so like a PUD, with a 2-car garage, 2,200, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. You pay $192 HOA. The city of Corona, Again, Inland Empire becomes, again, the most affordable cities are there right now. Detached single family home with 3-car garage, about 3,800 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms with a loft, built in 1997. You get a super big lot, 21,000 with no HOA. So maybe next week I will not include anything in the Inland Empire and just focus what we have in Orange County to see the difference between cities. As mentioned when we were talking about the interest rates today and last week and the previous week, jumbo loans, that they are loans above 970, were more with rates, lower rates than the regular, the loans below 970 or below 647, because there are different cuts. Tiers for the interest rates. Of course, you need more down payment, you need a lower ratio, you always need a great FICO score. So if you are a buyer who are not ready, sitting on the fence and they say, I'm gonna keep renting, I'm gonna suck it out my rent, but I'm gonna keep renting, take care of your credit. You know, the Fed is putting pressure to all of us as consumers not to consume much, because they want lower, they want to go to unemployment, to create unemployment. It's very sad, but it may reduce, but now maybe there is 2 openings for 1 employee. Maybe we go to 1 and 1, and maybe some companies, unfortunately, are going to need to downsize due to the lack of demand of their product or service. So that is in the horizon. At one point, the interest rate, we hope it will come down. When it's going to be that, we don't know. Maybe now it's 2024, 2025. We don't know. We need to write it up. But if you are a buyer thinking of buying your first home, save as much as you can, even in this difficult. Go over your budget. Cut the expenses that they are not necessarily. It's not what I need. It's what is a must for me and my family. The rest, start cutting off and save your money. The value of cash is always the value of cash. So save as much as you can. We're gonna get out of this one as we got out of the Great Recession that it was caused by the housing market. This is a totally different situation. So that's what I have. Do you want to add something about that, Martin?
All the things I could say is that I know that it's a little bit difficult for everyone now that inflation is picking up, and you know, every time we go to the grocery store, everything is a little bit more expensive. We end up paying more, as much as don't even mention the gas prices. But it has always been difficult to save. It's always been difficult to purchase a home. That being said, if you purchased a home in 2010, 2000, and 1990, you are sitting in a lot of equity. You are doing much better. Your price for housing has frozen. If you haven't refinanced or taken out equity loans, the price for your housing has frozen based on when you purchased, whether it be the 1990s, 2000, 2010. That allows you the opportunity in the future to either refinance at a lower rate. Number 2 is to, as we go through life and get a little bit older and we're starting to gray, and you could see some of that, we could start settling. We work hard at the beginning, we get our homes, we settled. Once our biggest expense, which is our mortgage or rent, it starts to decrease in comparison to our incomes and our disposable incomes, then it becomes a lot easier to take the travel, to go out and enjoy life a little bit more. But you got to start somewhere. And the moral of the story on this one here is, I'm not going to go that far back. I'm only going to go as early as in March. If you had purchased in March, one of the things we talked about, 3.5 interest rate, you already won because your payment is lower compared to what it would be today. Secondly is if you were to purchase in 2010 or 2000, even when you purchased when the market was at its height at 2005, your payment, you got an equity, you have a home that you lived in, and your payment is much lower. So again, It's never too late to purchase a home. It's never late to start working on your nest egg for the future.
Yeah.
Laura, anything else?
Yes. No, I don't have, I have to add something else, but remember that if you are downsizing and you purchase your home in 2000 in the 90s, and you don't own anything, and you are moving in California, Proposition 19 applies. So it means that you're paying a very, very low property tax bill. Well, you can transfer your tax base. You can sell it up to twice if you are over 55. So, and now you can buy it even before there were restrictions about the price point that you can get. Now you can get a higher price. There is some math to do, and so your tax rate is not going to be exact. It's going to be a little bit higher, but you get most of your benefit. So there are opportunities. There are beautiful communities in Southern California for senior citizens or active communities, I would say. So you are 55 or older, you can move there or close to that. Prices are more affordable, and you can enjoy having the money in the bank that we're talking about, the pile of cash to have it and save it. Inflation will go under control, rates will go back at one point. So whatever you decide, be and do it with a lot of faith. We're gonna get out of this. This is not the end of the world. And now talking opportunity knocks, we have two wonderful homes now currently on the market. One is a former model home, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, single story in the gated community of Victoria Grove. Is moving ready, 4-car garage, absolutely beautiful. And you can get it for just $1 million. So the second home that we have available, we took a price reduction. It's not now we are saying that with a shame, like I would say about 35 to 40% of the homes on the market have taken some type of price reductions because the market have adjusted to try to get some affordability that the Fed wants. But are we gonna get to to catch up with the payment? No. But sellers are trying to be cooperative. And remember, if you are buying a home, you have the option in today's market that didn't happen at the beginning of the year, that you can ask the seller for closing costs. Most likely, I would say at least 90% of the sellers, unless they have another offer on the table and your offer is reasonable, of course. This is not a buyer's market. We forgot to mention that. This is not a buyer's market. We are in a more balanced market where there are opportunities. But if you come up with a $300,000 offer below in a 1.2, it may not fly nowhere. You have to be reasonable because maybe 300,000 a $3 million home or $5 million home is a different math. But the offer has to be reasonable. The sellers are more reasonable at this time to entertain. So what you can do as a buyer with that money? You can buy down your rate. So we're talking about rates close to 7% today. Maybe you can get it in the low 6 or maybe slightly below, and because the rates are fluctuating at one point they're going to stabilize. We are hopeful that will happen. We have been talking about stabilization for the last few months and didn't happen. So, but because Powell has other plans for us or has other plans for us, but we'll get out. So talking about this wonderful home, is a 3,900 square feet house, 4 bedrooms, 2 bonus rooms, 3.5 bathrooms, with a pool, no neighbors behind, in a gated community. We reduced the price to $1,099,000 this week. So, you know someone who is looking to buy in the Riverside area, our ad will go up tomorrow on Insta and on all our social media platforms. So we're going to be having we have the open house on Sunday this week. Thank you to Caltrans and the 91 closure. So we are only having one open house this week, but hopefully the lucky buyer comes to the open house and takes up on this opportunity. So Martin, do you want to close it up?
No, pretty much we said everything we needed to say for this episode. Just want to say, everyone, have a great weekend, a safe weekend, and we'll see you next week, and hopefully we could share more insights.
See you next Thursday at 5 p.m. to discuss about what's going on the housing market.